So, it is the holidays. We're going to bring the entire Rail Talk family together. This man is back by popular demand. Skip, you are one of the most famous popular people on this podcast, one of three at least. Skip Anderson, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Joe. Hey, John. How are you guys? Glad to be back.
Oh, Steven. It's been too long, my friend. No, I'm serious. I saw my dad at Thanksgiving, and he was like, when is Skip going to be back? Yeah, shout out to Russ. He's a big Skip fan. He's not the only one.
So does that mean Skip's check finally cleared?
He skips to the end of the show to see Skip.
I like it.
As most of us would. The other reason we're having you back on the show is this is very exciting that you completed your master's and it's in a horse racing related topic. And, you know, we sat in on your presentation earlier this year and it was awesome. Like it was really impressive. We'll throw up the graphic right now, the little poster that kind of sums up what you were looking into. And it's the impact of media on price paid for thoroughbred horses at auction. Now, this is an interesting topic for many reasons, but it's a growing sector of the sales business. It used to be you didn't have any video, right, maybe a photo or two. Skip, just tell us a little bit about this project and kind of what you found in studying it.
Sure. So as you guys know, I've always had a background in livestock and livestock marketing. And as I've got into thoroughbred horse racing a lot more, I started watching the sales and looking how that industry went. And as I was paging through the Fasig-Tipton catalog and the Keeneland catalogs and looking at the online versions of those, I started looking and seeing, man, there's a lot of horses that don't sell with pictures and or video. And the industry that I come from, we talk about livestock selling cattle or sheep or something like that. You've really got to have a photo. It makes a big difference. And I thought, man, why aren't there pictures of all of these horses? You would think, $300,000, $1 million horses, why wouldn't you have a picture of them? So I started just looking through and crunching some numbers and said, I think this is going to be an interesting research topic. So I reached out to my advisor, here at NDSU, and I didn't have a project. And I said, this is what I want to do. And his trade is meat science. I'm a shepherd by trade. And I said, let's do a thoroughbred marketing project and see what we can come up with. So we started diving into the numbers, looking and reaching out to Fasig-Tipton and Keeneland and getting some of the sale data and using the information that's on the web. And from 2022 and 2023, we looked at 18,000 sale records of horses in our data set. That was our N that we started with. And 2/3 of those horses sold with photos or video and 1/3 didn't. So I thought, wow, there's got to be some difference in that. If there's still 6,000 horses that are being traded in those years without media, let's see if there's a price difference to it. So I worked with a statistician in our animal science department, and she and I started working through some things, and we started seeing some trends and some interesting pieces. And we found that there's a $73,000 difference between horses that have media, so pay media meaning pictures or video, and versus those that don't. And then we went in further and broke it down by weanlings, yearlings, and then we called them horses of racing age and older, which really captured most of the broodmare category. And you're looking at differences from $25,000 up to $89,000 plus difference on those with media versus without media. And I found that to be an interesting idea that I think can really change the way people market their horses, the way people buy horses, and how the auction companies utilize media to get the message out.
Now, Skip, I think that's phenomenal. And we've talked about it at OBS as far as the importance of having video, walking videos, galloping videos, even right down to simple, basic confirmation photos. Yep. And, believe it or not, there's still an old guard that doesn't want to do it. And their rationale has been, well, if I put a picture up there or a video up there, it's going to give a potential buyer a reason not to like the horse. Okay. Yep. I've never agreed with that answer. But now you're saying that it could be a $73,000 difference on average per horse?
Yep, absolutely. When we looked at those 18,000 horses, there was a $73,000 difference. Wow. So as to counter that thought about not putting a picture up there, why wouldn't you give every opportunity for your customer to say yes? to see that animal, to promote that animal. There are tremendously good photographers out there that take pictures that can capture good images of those animals and good videos of those animals. Let people see them. It changes their behavior. It captures the excitement.
Right. And Skip, as far as the 18,000 horses that you looked at, I don't know if you can do this, or if you did do this, or if you can do this if you didn't. But did you carve out, like, I'm going to say book 6 of the Keeneland yearling sale, for example, where you probably had a predominant number of horses that didn't have photos, but the averages aren't as high. So it's not going to be like there's a $75,000 difference between prices if there's a picture or not. I would think the numbers would be even more jarring if you cut out kind of that group of horses. Yeah.
So for this particular research, we just wanted to use this as a benchmarking project on how much media makes an impact. Now, if I were going to sign on and do a PhD or wanted to do some further research, I think you could really dive in and look at those horses that had just pictures, those that horses that had pictures and video, split it out that way, broke it up by those books or those types of sales. If you look just strictly at maybe breeding stock sales versus yearling sales versus whatever, and looked at it that way, you could probably really see some real differences. We just wanted to use this as the benchmark on how much does media impact sales. So then we can actually, from my interest, tie it into other species of livestock, is where we started using this as the base.
No, that's great. And I love your background, how you tied your background into this research, because yeah, I mean, you come from, I think this is one of the things that initially attracted you to horse racing and breeding, right? That you had a similar background?
Yeah, absolutely. The sales and marketing portion is huge for me. So when those sale catalogs get posted, I'm always studying those. I'm watching the Fasig-Tipton digital sale right now that is certainly having a great day already. And when we start looking at the impacts of pictures and media from that standpoint, you have to have them now in a digital sale. They're not on site. They're not somewhere where people can look at them. So we know that that's important. Our data was really just focusing on those live sales, on which ones had pictures in media, pictures and videos prior to the sale that people could look at versus going and seeing the animal on site.
Okay, so then my other takeaway from all this, Skip, I know you're not saying it, so I'm going to spell it out for our audience, is that they should pay for some kind of marketing or sponsorship on this show that has, industry penetration of 50 to 60,000 people, and maybe perhaps throw a horse on the show. That's what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. Pictures sell.
That's why you're our special correspondent, Skip. So, switching gears, what's going on with you and Kelly and Wynn for the holidays? You're very festive. I appreciate that background. It's getting me in the mood for the holidays and for Christmas already. What do you guys got going on this season?
Well, actually, we're going to jump in the car a few days before the holidays, and we're going to drive to Oklahoma. And that's where Kelly was born and raised. She's an Oklahoma bred, and we are going to head there for a few days to see her parents and spend some time with that side of the family. We're looking forward to
Remington Park open?
It might be. I guess we're still 3 hours west of there, so I don't know if I could sneak away to go to the track. That might be frowned upon, but certainly.
The fact that you look.
It might take that long to get like milk and cigarettes. You may have to do that. You may have to be like, hey, I'm going to go run to the store and bet a daily double.
Absolutely. How about you guys? What are your big plans?
We're going to be in Oklahoma as well.
All right.
Fancy that.
All right. Let's do it. We'll get the band together.
Megan and I might be adding a little baby to the Bianca Lyons household. We're getting a puppy, I think, over Christmas. So that's exciting.
Way.
Nice.
Oh.
What kind?
Oh.
I think we're going to get a whippet. Because we had a Saluki, so we really love sight hounds, and we were going to try to get another Saluki, but there's like 4 Saluki breeders in the entire country, so it was kind of hard. So we're going to go a little bit smaller, but just as fast, just as aloof. We're ready for it.
Good deal. Are we going to have a naming contest for it, Joe?
Spit it out. Give me some names right now.
We could have a sponsor. We could have a sponsorship though. We could if you want to have a vote, it's $1. If you want to have 10 votes, it's $10. Like we could probably make this into a sponsorship situation for you.
That's what the people want.
It is,
or they just want us to name it, or Julia or Patty.
Skip is a good name for a dog. Skip is actually a good name for a dog.
They made a movie out of that. Wasn't there My Dog Skip or something like that?
That's right. My dog Skip. That's right. That's right. Exactly. I am not able to disclose my plans as there would be a fear for my security and safety. That's why I'm throwing everybody off by saying I'm going to be in Oklahoma.
Jon needs that Secret Service that CEO should have had.
It happens. Exactly. I'm afraid. Of course, it happened in New York, Joe.
Right. Yeah. No, that's why Jon's scared to come.
That's why I'm not coming.
But Oklahoma is a paradise for.
It's okay
for
because
Jon,
nobody's got guns in Oklahoma.
Right. Exactly. All right. This is getting a little dark.
Yeah.
We'd rather keep it at the happy holidays mark. Skip, thank you for coming on. Congratulations again on the Masters, and Merry Christmas, my friend.
Yeah. Same to you guys.
Good seeing you, buddy.
And good seeing you too. And enjoy 2025 as we move into it.
Yep. Happy and healthy to all of us.
Happy.
Absolutely.